it's a bit later than I'd hoped, but my stomach was hurting, which is absolutely in no way related to the fact that I had McDonald's for dinner last night and for breakfast this morning. But I am here now, and where am I? I'm at the ABR Festival, which is a surprise because I've actually never done any adventure bike riding, but the Himalayan is an adventure bike and I have ridden it, so I guess I qualify. I'm gonna have a walk around. I'm here for the Saturday, just for the day, and see what it's all about. But let's hope I don't get lost on the way or crash into anyone, because I've got no idea where I'm going. This is the one road where everything seems to be connected to, so let's see if I get lost or not. I'm just looking for the car park. This is the most uninterrupted off-roading I've done on my bike, and this is the car park. So if you're new to the channel, I think this says all you need to know about me. Let's see. Oh my god, can you imagine if I bin it? I was chatting to my mate saying I was coming. He said make sure I don't whiskey throttle my way across the car park. Good luck. Good luck finding my motorbike later. I've got no idea where that is. I've just had to quickly change behind a hedge. I'm willing to... Oh, here we go. I'm rushing because I'm trying to find this guy that I crashed my drone in his garden. He's doing a talk. So let's have a watch of that.
And then we were going to go through Mali, Niger, Chad, and then Sudan down the east coast, but I'll explain more.
As I was saying before, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find my motorbike because it is literally just parked behind a tree. It's not super organised. I think if you're camping it's a bit easier, but if you're here for a day ticket, it was a bit of a free-for-all in the car park. Loads of space, but I just didn't know where to go. Anyway, I did change into my shorts behind a bush, but that did mean stripping off half naked. And I've got more cameras today than I do have underwear, and I've only got 2 cameras. And for the whole weekend, if you're any good at maths, that means I've got 1 pair of pants. As you can probably imagine, I wasn't very organised. Anyway, Simon, he's got like next to no digital footprint. So if you don't know about him, it's because he's the only person on the planet that doesn't have Facebook. But his story and his adventure around the world was nothing short of incredible. And he actually did that all for a charity. And he's starting his own, or has been running his own round the world trip and adventure travel planning business, which brings in even military advisors to be able to advise you on the trip. So hopefully I can get a little bit of advice of him before I go, and I am going to try and meet up with him later, and at some point hopefully go for a ride together. Now I'm wandering around aimlessly because I'm trying to make my way to the Royal Enfield stage, not because my bike needs fixing yet, but because they're doing a first aid course. So I want to know how I can put my head back on in case it falls off, which I will do at some point. But they do give a map, which you would think would be fine because everyone does adventure bike riding, but I haven't got a clue even what way up it is. So I'm sort of wandering around aimlessly till I can find it. Maybe I can ask someone. But I will see you at the first aid thing if I make it there.
Here's Vanessa, and unfortunately for Vanessa, she has fallen in such a way that never happens, because every time we do this, everyone's like...
The first aid talk was very interesting, and I didn't realise, but the fire stations in the UK actually do free first aid training for bikers. And my dad's a firefighter, so maybe that tells you how bloody useful he is. And it was very hard to concentrate because they were all talking about touching other people's helmets, which at the end of the day, I think that is why most of the people here are all middle-aged white men away from the wife, excuse to touch another man's helmet, not my place to judge. Miraculously, I've managed to get a space on a test ride for some off-road training, even though I didn't get there first thing in the morning. All the test rides and all the training stuff, they must go and get fully booked immediately. And like I said, I was a bit late getting here. I can tell you need more than 1 day to do this thing. So I should have booked a super Thursday and a weekend ticket. But anyway, we're going to do some off-road training. So I'm going back to get my boots and a quick coffee, give me some energy, and then hopefully I will see you on the bike and hopefully not on the floor. Remarkably, my bike is still here. I found it and everything is on it. So now it's time to get changed, boil alive, and then go and try off-road for the first time. Okay, let's do it. I just want to show you how busy it is where I am. I have to get changed. There'll be another round of test rides come through in a minute. And the worst part is, I've literally got the world's biggest hole in my underwear. It's so bad. But I'm not going to show you that. So, somebody told them I was already going off-road, and they got this ready for me. But first I've got to get something to eat. I've not had anything to drink since this morning. I've been so busy rushing around. If you couldn't tell, this is the least organ. I've not planned for this at all. I'm just there trying to cram it all in. I'm now smashing away a paella because it was the closest food to me. They didn't have a huge queue, and no iced coffee. Not at least at the closest coffee shop I could find. So nice hot coffee on the boiling Saturday afternoon that it is. Actually, very strong pre-ride lunch. I've got no idea whether my camera was on or off there, but bloody nerve-wracking, but it's a lot of fun. And no over the bars incident, which is nice. I really want one of these bikes. I've always wanted like a little dirt bike, but I do think the Scammer Lane will be a bit easier to handle off-road. These have got a lot of throttle on them. When you turn it, they just go, which is obviously the point in a throttle, but they're very responsive. Smile for the camera. Fucking brother popping wheelies. Popping wheelies in the taster session. These three lads up ahead, they definitely not their first time, because they were like, even in the grass area, they were like stood up. One of them like popping wheelies, like in the training area. But yeah, I was playing catch up with them on the trail, you probably saw. And then the two guys behind me, it's like a father and son. I think it's both their first time off-road. I know that I like the feeling of it like shifting around underneath me, but on the corners that's going to take a bit of practice. But of course we can't expect to get confident in the corners after about 8 or 9 of them. Rome wasn't built in a day, but from the smallest acorn a mighty oak, you know what they say. But I'm surprised how much grip it does have when it's leant over, you know. This is back to the training area. They wouldn't let me film the training part of it. But I can already feel I've improved just in the space of 15 minutes. But we're not quite Dakar quality yet. That was so sick. That was so good. Every time I get on one of those like trail bikes, I just love it so much. I'm no good at it, but actually I did all right. I surprised myself. I didn't think I would stand up on the pegs, but I was stood up on the pegs most of the way, and a little bit of whiskey throttle, but not into any hedges. I stayed on the track for 98% of the time as well, which is very surprising. I'm shattered now because I've been rushing around all morning trying to get to the things that I'm a bit behind. I thought I would, thought I'd have an hour spare here and there, but it's honestly jam-packed of stuff to do. There is interesting stuff on everywhere, and it's all relevant. If you're doing any kind of, planning any kind of trip, definitely come here. And I've even seen some of the merchandise and stuff like that. Like, I've seen proper nice helmets whacked down like half price. I thought it was all going to be extortionate here because it's captive market, but actually some pretty good deals on if you keep your eyes out. And I bet Sunday night you can even snag a bargain. I'm off to now go and try and check out someone who's doing a tour on wild camping, rough camping, someone else that's been around the world, which will be useful for me. Hopefully grab a iced coffee on the way, and then we'll see what else there is to do before I pack up and go home. I guarantee you at least one of those people was called in sick for work. So I just finished listening to Austin Vince talk about wild camping, and listened to Itchy Boots talking about how she got started and her recent adventures. And I am shattered now. That's my foot is starting to pack up. I've got to say a big shout out to the old Skecherinos, because they're crazy comfy with my heel injury, but it's getting there, and I've been able to be on my feet all day, which I didn't think I'd be able to. I thought I'd have to cut it short sooner than this. Anyway, it's been quite inspiring really, because everyone who's actually done it says don't wait, and it's actually not as hard as everyone says, or not that, but it's probably harder than you think, but not as impossible as everyone says. So it's been like really affirming, and I think I also just need to go. The last thing that Itchy Boots ended on, she's like, what are you waiting for? And I don't know what I'm waiting for. I think it's honestly, I don't know if I can do it. So yeah, so I just need to go. I'm gonna call it a day now. There is countless shops selling motorcycle gear. It's like a trade expo actually, half of it. But obviously like merch and buying stuff doesn't feel like the whole vibe of it though, which is really nice. It's not pushed down your neck, and it feels quite open that you can just walk in and just try stuff on, but no pressure to buy. I haven't heard anyone doing any hard selling, which has been really nice. So it feels like by bikers for bikers. But yeah, I came for the knowledge, and knowledge I've got, and lots of inspiration and lots of ideas. So heading back to the bike now, and then time to ride home. I've got to edit this video straight away and see if I can get it out to you straight away as well. I'm looking for the exit to the car park. Obviously I can't find it, so I might be going around in circles for a while. I got gapped by a Kawasaki Ninja. That's actually not that embarrassing, is it? It's got a bigger engine. One day for ABR, is it enough? Absolutely not. Is it worth it? Absolutely yes. But especially if you're like me and you're planning a trip, or you're not sure about your off-road abilities, all these things, you're completely new, you think, is it worth it? Am I underskilled to be going here? Will I get the most out of it? you couldn't be further from the truth. This was the absolute best thing you could do. It's honestly worth every single penny. I gave this such a glowing review. The only regret is that I didn't get a weekend ticket. It should have come Thursday through Sunday. I would have learnt so much more. But do you know what? The main thing is this has given me so much confidence, and it's cleared up so much stuff. It's all these people that have been around the world and done these trips and done it for real. They all say, you know, just go for it, and don't let anything hold you back. I made my last video about all this just noise on forums and things like that, and people weighing in, and you can't do this because you need this kind of material for this, or that kind of bike can't do that. Honestly, all these people say go with what you've got and you will make it if you want to, and you know, less is more. So if there's anything to take away, it's that just do it. And a lot of this commentary I give and a lot of the things I make, it's for me actually. I tell you these things for me. So yeah, it's been a bit of an eye-opener. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, my slimes.